It's so loud inside my head with words that I should have said as I drown in my regrets. I can't take back the words I never said.
We just gonna jump right into this. This is second gathering with us together. We're missing a few people, but we're gonna get it started. As you know, I'm Clay.
I'm Mr. Thompson.
Oh, sorry.
And first topic of the day is writing right or wrong, and can we get solutions with peaceful protests?
Open it up.
I believe it is not wrong to riot violently, and I believe it's not wrong to riot peacefully. It's just how a person feels. They're acting out their thoughts. They don't think that they is being heard peacefully, so they do it violently. And I think that's okay. That's a person's decision. That's how they want to go about it. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be consequences and repercussions. But that's your actions. Yeah. That's your actions that you act out, and you felt a certain way at the time. And I commend it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's nothing wrong about it.
Well, I wouldn't say there's nothing wrong with it either, but there is something wrong with it, rioting violently to me, as far as depends on what the violence is. If you attacking, innocent people has nothing to do with it, like every riot has, then yeah, that's wrong, obviously, because you harming people that has nothing to do with, what you fighting for,
Right.
You just beating people just to beat people. Then I guess I don't know. It all depends on what you feel they're rioting for.
Right.
You destructing just to destruct, or you destructing to make a point.
Right.
Most of them, I say, don't make a point, but I think there's some that open the door. The guys that open the door are mainly the ones that's probably trying to make a point. Everybody else should follow along and snatch what they can. Which make it look bad because they got the cameras there and everybody running in there snatching things, and then the point gets missed.
Well, here's my thing, right? All the rioting I've seen has all been destructive, as far as like the violent aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? None of it's been tactical. Tactical rioting or tactical violence, to me, is something that...
Trust me, it's getting done.
But I'm just saying that
By
it's
both
something
sides.
that we lack, as far as when you see the rioting that goes on. Burning down like churches, corner stores, neighborhood businesses in your own community solves nothing. Now, I understand the frustrated part of it, but here's the thing: what the media portrays to us is obviously what they want to. It's one demographic, one area, one statistical category. They want people to see the looting aspect of it.
Exactly.
The dangers, like, well, look what they're doing to their own people, so why would anybody care for them or whatever not? They don't understand that most of the times when these situations arise, it's because of them being neglected, like you said, or being ignored for so long. The issues or problems that's within their community or within the black community in general.
Explodes.
Yeah, it becomes an explosive situation. And on top of that, in the black community, we have no Martin Luther King anymore. We don't have a Malcolm X. We don't have a Marcus Garvey. We don't have any of that. We have no leader that can move an army.
That's
basically.
why it's not tactical.
Exactly. There's no tactical advances to it. Everybody believes in a different way of handling these things. I mean, we got black people that believe that peaceful protest is the way. To me, peaceful protests get you nowhere. Like, no, to me, it gets you nowhere. You stand outside, you march, you hold a sign, you get rocks thrown at you. It's like for real, it gets you nowhere. I mean, it's helpful, yes, because obviously Martin Luther King built his whole legacy on nonviolence. So I'm not going to sit up here and
so
say...
it gets you somewhere then.
Yeah, but it also got Martin Luther King killed.
At that time, people weren't as separated, so they were able to come together and bring more people, so it made a bigger impact. Now, Now today we're separated by everything: race, religion, gangs, sexuality, gender, finance. We're separated by too many things to keep us from coming together. But I want to touch on something you said and something you said. You said basically to harm somebody who wasn't even a part of it. Well, from other people's frustration, you know, was Eric Garner? He wasn't a part of nothing. You know, so he was just there, and it happened to him. So he was involved in something that just happened to him. He wasn't really a part of nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think cops they're militarized now. They're not just protect and serve. They're military, and they're I think they're put up to do these certain things.
Yeah, just the cops then, because the cop, whoever trains the cops, because that's the main problem right there. Whoever's training them to do the things they're doing.
And they make them feel that they're above the law.
Yeah.
And they make them feel that people got to listen to them. If you don't, then you could touch them, but if they touch you, you could.
So now they're starting to get in trouble when they looking like, so now we're going to get in trouble for what we've been doing?
No, I don't think they're getting in trouble. I think they're making examples of certain people.
And then
another thing you said. You said that you know, they're basically ruining their own community, but I'm pretty sure a lot of those people that were there wasn't even part of that community, and I'm pretty sure a lot of those businesses aren't a mom and pop shop. You know what I'm saying? It's not people that live in that community. It's probably a big business. So I don't think they're ruining their own community because that business is not there for them anyway.
Well, in Ferguson, they burnt down a black-owned church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A black church. That doing that to me, I don't care nothing about the CVS getting burned down. That ain't got nothing to do with the black community. You know what I'm saying? Burn that bitch down if you want to. Like, I'm not advocating you go do that. Just want to clarify that. I'm just saying that those businesses, like you said, those come from outside sources profiting off of the black dollar. You know what I mean? And in those cases, you could look at those as tactical movements, but in most scenarios, it's not. These cats are. Most of these people that, like you said, they're not from this community. They're coming from the outside, looking at opportunities to steal or cause harm or shed light. I honestly believe, and this is probably conspiracy theorist in me, that a lot of these cats be sent in here from government or agencies,
caught doing plenty of sneaky
having
things.
people come in and to obstruct some of this stuff
and
that's
starting
going on.
stuff in the right.
Incite people to, you know what I'm saying, to do that. But I think as though you know, it gets to a point where people get tired and you know, talking or whatever don't happen. So I feel as though for them to act violently, they see it's no other way, or it just it gets to an emotional state where it's just like, man, fuck it, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do whatever. Like once you beat a certain person down so much, you know, they're gonna act however. One thing that my dad told me that always stuck with me. He told me, he said, never make a man fear you. I said, why? He was like, because if you feel as though it's back against the wall, he'll do anything to get out there, even if it means killing you.
Right.
So this may be what it is, like, oh, they feel like they're back against the wall. They're going to lash out any way they can. So that's why I say, I don't think it's a bad thing for them to do that. I mean, as long as they ain't killing nobody.
But if you get put in the hospital and you get a concussion or your legs and ribs broken and face got to be reconstructed in the hospital.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, I mean, like...
Here's my thing about this, though. Police across the nation, and this is obviously... I mean, obviously, we're talking about the recent events that led from police incidents that has caused all this rioting and all these protests and all these marches. Obviously, the police don't give a damn. I look at it like the police don't give a damn. You got all this stuff that's coming out. You still got every other day, once a week, twice a week, some incident of a cop still knowing that this shit is getting national attention. We don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, who's going to punish a police officer? Ever been to a trial in the city of Grand Rapids? You already know that none of the jurors that you see on any of these selection committees are from the inner city of Grand Rapids or even the surrounding areas. These motherfuckers come from miles and miles away because they Kent County residents to sit on jury trials that do not represent the people that they are eventually going to sentence to prison or whatever not.
Yeah, I mean, I think y'all got good points, man. But I think that like what I'm saying is I don't want to go around saying like rioting violently is the way to go. Like anytime we need to do something, we need to go out there and break some shit. You know what I'm saying? And get some points across. Like there's a there's a process to the violence. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If it gets to that, hopefully the violence is constructive. You know what I'm saying?
It's makes you violent for a reason.
Right, yeah.
Like I said,
violent in good places.
Tactical rioting. I'm for that. Like, okay,
that's not going to happen. There's too many people rioting to try to be tactical.
It's not going to happen
because I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure there is tactical people out there. Okay, we're going to go hit this, hit that, but then you got people following you behind, and boom, there go the cameras. The wildness is not what happened before then. And the cat that probably is tactically, you know, plotting against what businesses they should hit. They hit that business, but all of a sudden, all the ones around there get hit.
Well, you said CVS. I thought you said the church.
Right? Yeah, shit. Might as well get the money across the street, bro. That's the TV.
Here's the thing: how did they organize all this stuff back in the day, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did
we have real leaders?
But that's what I'm saying. We did have real leaders. But my thing is like this, right? Everybody seen the movie Malcolm X, right? You see how he was able to, you know, gather a gang of men to walk down the street with moving the gestures of his hand, control that crowd. Obviously, we don't have anything like that. But why do we burning CVS's, we burning liquor stores, we looting out of these stores? Why? I don't, for the life of me, I haven't understood why not one police station that got burnt down yet. That's tactical. The Million Man March was, I believe, Louis Farrakhan was the head of that reenacted that whole, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, where it was just all men who marched peacefully, not one person got on the line or nothing, and they gave these speeches all day. Do we need one or the other, or do we need both? As far as peaceful.
Conclusion, I think both will work. I think depending on the certain, depending on the desired outcome and depending on the however you want to deal with it, I think both of them, if you put them together, they can be effective. But I think if you just peaceful the whole time, then people gonna turn a blind eye on you. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes it takes for stuff to get out of hand for people like, oh, we don't want this no more. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to them. Let's hear them out. Now you can be peaceful because I done fuck some shit up.
I think it goes hand in hand though. It's like, you know, you can equate this to like any type of relationship. You don't just go in, you got a problem with somebody, you're going to go in busting heads. You're going in trying to talk first. And I think that's what peaceful rioting is. Well,
but don't you think we've been talking and being peaceful and all this and asking?
You always got to be peaceful
asking for far too damn long though. Like seriously.
Like what other way is it though? You want to just go around busting down shit every time?
How long do we?
Got plenty of problems. You should bust down shit every time.
How long do you have to ask before you start to take?
It depends. I mean, there is a limit. Obviously, we see it every time there's a riot. That's the limit. We see it. There ain't no way to stop rioting because that's the limit of the people and that's the people's voice talking. So there is a limit, and before that limit, there needs to be talking and calmness. There shouldn't be violence before that. Because if it's violence before that, then everything else is violent. It'll be a violent country if we just go around being violent. It is a violent country. It'll be a much more violent country. Like, you know what?
But it'll be for
why they taxing us so much? You know what I'm saying? We should go down there and just throw some Molotovs up in the city ball.
That's a whole other question.
That's a whole other thing, dude.
But I think to wrap this one up, I believe we all mutually agree we need both, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
One scratches the other, right?
Now we can say it ain't our fault if we never heard it, but if we know better, then we probably deserve it. Jihad is not holy war. Where's that in the worship? Murdering is not Islam, and you are not observant. And you are not a Muslim. Israel, don't take my side, cause look how far you've pushed them. Walk with me into the ghetto, this where all the kush went. Complain about the liquor store, but what you drinking liquor for? Complain about the gloom, but when you pick a broom up, just listen in the pot, ain't gon' make it stop. A rebel in your thoughts, ain't gon' make it out. If you don't become an actor, you'll never be a factor. Pills with million side effects, take them when the pain's felt. Wash them down with diet soda, killing off your brain cells. Crooked banks around the world will gladly give a loan today. So if you ever miss a payment, they can take you home.